After 30 years on the airwaves, 60 Minutes is still pushing for the truth.
Never, never human growth hormone.
Never.
Never testosterone.
Never.
And never anabolic steroids.
Never.
How about a lie detector test?
We've met positive identification that these are bad guys.
What if you get it wrong?
We don't.
Ever?
60 Minutes, interviewing the newsmakers, not just covering the story.
Hello, I'm Steve Croft, and welcome to 60 Minutes. On tonight's show, we have distress in the Middle East and a new color. Let's take a look. A scholar specializing in the analytical chemistry of ancient colorants just discovered the first known physical sample of techelet recovered from Masada's King Herod's Judean desert fortress. I had the pleasure of meeting Zvi C. Cohen. So Dr. Cohen, how did you come upon finding this new color?
Well, we were looking in the Bible and there was this color that was described, but it was never truly found. And it was very important to the people of Israel. As you can see on their flag, how the Star of David is colored in blue, yet it is not truly the blue which is described in the Bible. And for many years we have been looking for evidence of what exactly shade this blue is. But up until recently, we could only think it was more of like a sky blue or a light blue. But in fact, it is a dark blue. And we finally found this when excavating at the old ancient ruins of the fortress of Masada, which is in the desert of Israel, which was built by King Herod and used by these Hebrew rebels against the Roman Empire, and they were all destroyed. Yet, as I found, there is one remain left, which is actually an inscription on some papyrus, and this is the first evidence of this color. And as you can see, this is the color. As you can see, it is a lot darker blue than you would imagine. You can see there's the sand stains from 2,000 years of time and sand and stuff. So, this is it. I am very proud of my accomplishment, and it is very important to the people of Israel we have finally answered this question.
So, do you think that the fragment has the same color as it did 2,000 years ago?
This is indeed the color, or at least this is the closest we can find. 2,000 years of aging may have changed the shade a bit, but this finally gives us a definite answer. This is much different than what we originally anticipated, so it very much changes our view of what it is, and it helps strengthen our pride in our heritage.
Very fitting you should find this in a historic place. Were you in search of the tablet while you were there, or were you there on other business?
Well, we were searching many historical sites in Israel, and we figured this would be a very important site because, as we know, there was a major battle here in the 1st century AD when the Jews rebelled against the Roman Empire, which was conquering them, and they holed up in the fortress of Masada for many years. And the Romans, in fact, interesting story, they tried to build a giant siege tower to get on top of the cliffs, and it took them over a year to build. Yet, sadly enough, by the time the Romans had gotten to the top of the hill and built this tower and gotten over, all of the Jews had committed suicide rather than die by the hands of the Romans. Yet we knew that in that fortress, that was a major source of Hebrew pride, and they would most likely have the evidence of this color.
Do you think that there will be a change in the color of the Israeli flag, or is the difference in color not big enough to make a difference?
Well, this is the only piece of evidence we have found. I highly doubt it would happen, except I'd very much like it to. So I would finally have pride in my accomplishment.
Extremely exciting for the people of Israel. Thank you, Dr. Cohen.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you for tuning into 60 Minutes. I'm Stephen Gropp, signing off.
And cut. Who put the question mark on the cue card?
Ah.